Okay, let me just hope that this didn't all break. Okay, where were we?
I think it was Genesis 13 we're at. I think we stopped at the end of Genesis 12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about right. I mean, the comments stopped there, so.
Yeah, so that makes perfect sense.
Did it not stop lagging? Okay, there we go. That's probably more readable. Actually, I just realized I gotta listen to my own stream because I messed with settings and it's probably gonna be all broken.
Oof.
No, it's actually okay. All right.
Continue eating loud food.
Oh yeah, we had to do family trees.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, right. The one guy, I forgot who went to Egypt and then told his wife, "Hey, tell everyone that you're my cousin because otherwise they want to kill me." And then they find out that he lied, and then the king of Egypt or whatever, or the pharaoh rather, is like, "Yo, bro, why did you lie to me?" And then he just let him go.
Yeah,
He's
politely asked him to leave. Yeah.
Yeah. Instructed his men about Abram, led him away with his wife and all that he had. What a nice guy, I guess.
Yeah, what an absolute chad, eh?
I mean, to be fair, why did you leave them away? But I guess, given the circumstances, like at the time, that is quite the nice thing to do, actually.
Yeah, he's actually like a chill dude for someone who's got power. Usually people with power, especially in the olden days where they can just execute people on command, were
it's like, oh wait, you told a lie? What time did I?
I revoke your breathing privilege.
All right, Genesis 13. Therefore, Abram ascended from Egypt, he and his wife, all that he had, and Lot with him. Was the southern region.
Is that literally like an entire paragraph that just says they went south?
I don't know, but we need the family tree thingy, please, because I have no fucking clue who the fuck was Lot and who was Abram. And
well, Abram was the son of Teras 2.0. He was the son of Nohar. He was the son of Serg. He was the son of Ru. He was the son of Peleg. He was the son of Uber. Who was the son of Shelah, who was the son of Arphaxad, who was the son of Shem, who was the son of Noah. And Lot is Haran's.
Wait, can I open?
Why is Lot with them if Lot is his brother's? He's like nephew.
Because they didn't have a Lot L.
You're literally fucking fired. Again.
All right, there we go. So Abram was the guy with the named wife. He and the son of his brother. Why did they go?
I don't know why suddenly he's there with them. That's
like, why did they travel together? I guess with all that incest, they kind of lost track of who's with whom.
Like, are you my son? I can't remember. Fuck it. Let's go.
You kind of look a little bit like me. You're my son now. You're adopted. Let's go. Sold. Okay, so they went south. What's the southern region? Note how it's southern and not east.
Ooh. Okay, with a gut punch, I see.
But he was very wealthy, by the possession of gold and silver. Why but? I mean, okay, he's wealthy, but why but?
It's a counter argument to them going south.
I guess it's not all going south, huh? And he returned by the way that he came. From the meridian into Bethel. I guess Bethel is another one of his family members. Okay, so from the meridian into Bethel, all the way to the place where before he had pitched his tent. Between Bethel and Hai. Where before he had pitched his tent? Why that tidbit of information? That's just to make it more believable.
It's like when you're looking for a word count for your essay. Can't think of anything.
There, at the place of the altar he had made before, he again called upon the name of the Lord. But Lot also, who was with Abram, had flocks of sheep and cattle and said, oh, shit, here we go again.
A flock of tents?
Oh my god, yeah, that's... Neither was the land able to contain them, so that they might dwell together.
What?
Wait. I have the perfect comment for this.
No.
Amazing. Indeed, their substance was so great that they could not live in common. Wait, whose substance? The substance of the flocks of sheep, cattle, and tents?
Yeah, something like that. Many tents. Just
one
man.
This might be another verse that we need to highlight for our best of the Bible.
Well, I think we should include the flock of tents with it.
Oh yeah, that was the previous. Yeah, definitely. I thought that was in the one. I
don't remember what color I used. I'm just gonna use
green. We used some kind of greenish. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, well, there you go then.
And then there also arose a conflict between the shepherds of Abram and of Lot. So there were shepherds that like.
So were there shepherds with them, or were they the shepherds of them?
Or were those the shepherds of them? So like a sheep has a shepherd. So it's like they're masters, so to speak. Or were the shepherds of the names, named Abram and Lot, implying that they were the shepherds?
Was there a shepherd of tents?
That is a good question. Now, at that time, the Canaanite and the Parasite lived in that land. Therefore, Abram said to Lot, I ask you, let there be no quarrel between me and you, and between my shepherds and your shepherds. Okay, so they have so they are like the kings of their folks, and then they have shepherds that take care of. Well, okay, glad that we figured that out.
Alone. Understandable.
But we are brothers. Imagine,
but they're not.
Imagine just walking up to your sibling and being like, "Yo, let's not fight because we're siblings." Just
but they're not.
Unprompted.
But they're not. Lot is Abram's nephew.
Wait. Excuse me?
Ooh, fucking brilliant.
I guess they were bros before the bro became a thing. Just
bros before shepherds? Question mark.
Behold, the entire land is before your eyes. Withdraw from me, I beg you. So, withdraw money or withdraw as in just fuck off? So he's basically saying, let's not fight, fuck off.
I like his attitude.
If you will go to the left, I will take the right.
Oh, yeah. Who's left?
Who's
your left or my left?
Wait. Hold on. There we go. Important. If you choose the right, I will pass to the left. So, I'm confused. They travel together for all the way to Egypt, and then they go back halfway, and then they're like, we gotta part ways now because reasons.
Yeah, apparently there was actually why are they parting together? That's a good question.
They traveled together, and then I guess they ran out of farm of like resources, like what's the word, like fertile ground and everything, and now they why would they need to split up if there's so much that they can split up left and right and presumably still have enough each? Why do they suddenly need to split up?
Wouldn't it be more beneficial if they stayed together? Like, isn't that like the basics of survival?
Literally, why? I don't get it. Where were we? And so Lot, lifting up his eyes, saw all the region around the Jordan, which was thoroughly irrigated, before the Lord overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Playing Guardians of the Galaxy again.
Ooh. Can you? Yeah. Okay. So, what if? Wait, they're all the way up there. What the fuck? I found them on the tree. They're like literally above the floodgate. Like
they're literally they're Noah's grandchildren.
What the fuck? We're at Abram and Lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 steps back and then 2 steps down. Like they're just what the. So what was the relevance again? What did I just read?
Hey, cat peasant, don't you mean breedings?
And so Lot, really lifting up his eye, saw all the region around the Jordan, which apparently they were at now, although I don't think that was ever mentioned that they are the Jordan.
Understand the irony?
Understand. This is ironic though. Which was thoroughly irrigated before the Lord overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So is this like some kind of foreshadowing? And like what does it refer to? So he saw the region before the Lord overthrew them, or the region was thoroughly irrigated before the Lord overthrew them. So like after the Lord overthrows Sodom and Gomorrah, the Jordan region is no longer thoroughly irrigated?
Does it just dry up?
Yeah.
And are they referring to the Lord of the Land or Lord Sky this year?
So unclear. Hello, cat peasant. What a surprise that you're here. It was like the paradise of the Lord, and it was like Egypt. So, approaching towards Zoar. So, if it was like the paradise of the Lord and like Egypt, then Egypt equals paradise?
Question mark. Wow.
Interesting.
Well, let's go to Egypt then. Now let me get my shoes on.
And Zoar, I guess, is another region named after one of the 5 quintillion children they had. I mean, the good thing is, if everybody just has sons and daughters, then you can just throw random names in here and you don't need to elaborate. It's just like, yeah, it's named after someone that existed at some point. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And Lot chose for himself the region around the Jordan, and he withdrew by way of the east. Oh, he's going east, huh? Poor choice. And they were divided, one brother from the other.
But they're not brothers. Not looking at distress.
Abram dwelt in the lands of the Canaan. In truth, as opposed to the fact about Abram being a lie, Lot stayed in the towns that were around the Jordan, and he lived in Sodom. I'm going to assume that's the region and not the person. But the men of Sodom were very wicked, and they were sinners before the Lord beyond measure. And the Lord said to Abram, after Lot was divided from him, "Lift up your eyes and gaze out from the place where you are now, to the north and to the meridian, to the east and to the west."
No, I don't think anyone wants to look at east.
Why not just look around? Like, why so complicated?
Yeah,
A9, yes.
Specifying all the...
So, look like look to everywhere except for where you are. Look north, look wherever meridian is. Look south, look east, and look west. Why not just look around? This is just.
I don't like how it says north, east, west and doesn't actually say south.
Yeah, it's just meridian. I guess they didn't come up with the word south yet. No, wait, they actually did. Further up, they just forgot.
What if the meridian is southeast and he's not actually supposed to look south?
Yeah, maybe.
Look, those three directions, fuck south.
There's the guy in that video that just got sent to jail. Wait, let me guess, for corruption, tax evasion, and whatever else. So Cat Peasant said that guy is like, or used to be, what was it, the president of South Africa? That was basically like the South African version of Trump? Kind of giant joke and incompetent idiot.
Well, by the sounds of that video, yes.
I mean, that video is completely fake, but sure. Although from what I heard, it would be very plausible for this guy, but it's actually fake. All the land that you see, I will give to you and to your offspring, even forever. Okay, nice. Generous. And I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth. Is that a threat? Like I will reduce you to dust. Like I will destroy you. I will annihilate you and your offspring, not him. Just his...
That's a pretty good threat. Like I'll slap you so hard your kids will know my name.
Dude, that is actually, you know, we should highlight that also for our best of. That is probably the best threat in the entire Bible. I mean, so far for sure, but that is like, I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth. That is so unique and just without any kind of swear words or anything, and yet so menacing and threatening. It's great. If any man is able to number the dust of the earth, he will be able to number your offspring as well.
I love this. I don't like this entire verse is just a fucking threat.
So basically, if any person is able to count the dust on the earth, that person is also able to count how many offsprings you have.
Yes.
Yeah, if you reduce them to dust, then or is that supposed to
fucking flex?
Or is that supposed to be like you have so many offspring, it's like dust on the earth? Well, I literally don't understand. Is that a threat? Is that an elaboration? Is that a compliment?
I think it's to be fair, it kind of sounds a bit like a threat.
I mean, it would make sense given the context, but what? Arise.
I should just like quote like Genesis 13:16 as like a response, just a response to someone.
Yeah,
and I watch them look it up and go like, "Excuse me, what the fuck?"
Arise and walk through the land in its length and breadth, but not height. You're not allowed to walk upwards. You're just allowed to move in 2D.
The stairs are fucking forbidden.
You're not even allowed to go up a slope.
Just tries to go up a slope and turns into
For I will give it to you. Dude, that is just arise and walk through the land in its length and breadth, for I will give it to you. Basically, walk as long as you can because I will fuck you so hard that you can't walk anymore. I think that's what this translates to.
Oh, what an absolute fucking...
Dude, this is another one that we gotta save for the best of. This might actually be my favorite verse so far. This is amazing. Therefore, moving his tent, Abram went and dwelt by the steep valley of Mamre, which is in Hebron. Hebron. And he built an altar there to the Lord.
I just love how they keep throwing about these pointless names.
I mean, doesn't to dwell mean that you just like kind of exist in one place? So he's basically saying, walk through the land, and because of that, Abram is just chilling in one place. Isn't that what this basically means?
Well, let me look up the full meaning of the word dwell. Live in or at a specific place. Yes, it is to live in a place. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, not exist, but live in rather. Yeah, but it just. I mean, maybe the valley is the entire region that the Lord was talking about, but I have a feeling that it's not. So he's just being dumb. Genesis 14. Now it happened in that time that Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Pontus, and Charmander, king of Elamites, and Tidal, king of nations.
What? We're playing Pokemon now. Or
What is this verse, though?
Is this like
retarded?
Wait, I need to fucking.
What is this verse?
What the fuck?
Okay, so
why is there so many names?
A bunch of people, like kings of certain regions, that were never introduced, that just are sons and daughters of someone. Well, sons rather.
They just fucking materialize.
And that's the verse. Went to war against Bera, king of Sodom, and against Bersha, king of Gomorrah, and against Shinab, king of Admah, and against Shemi-Ber, king of Zeboim. Zeboy I am. Zeboy I am. Now it makes sense. Zeboy I am.
This is turning into some sort of propaganda really quickly.
And the king of Bela, that is a Zoar. All of these came together in the wooded valley, which is now the Sea of Salt. What?
Please take this out of context. This is brilliant.
Yeah, I was thinking about, like, what is this? They did a crying circle jerk?
He just jerked into a sea, and it's really salty now.
Wouldn't it be rather more sugary? Isn't there like minuscule amounts of like sugar?
I think it depends on your diet.
I think there's always. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. But they had served.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Maybe they should clean that up. But they had served Charmander for 12 years, and in the 13th year they withdrew from it. Are you okay? I mean, I could also name him Cheddar Lamau, if you prefer that. Charmander or Cheddar Lamau? That's up to you.
Cheddar Lamau.
That's what it says. What do you mean?
Charmander sounds good, let's go.
Therefore, in the 14th year, Charmander arrived, and the kings who were with him. So they left him after 12 years in the 13th year, and because of that, in the 14th year, he arrived. And they struck the Rephaim at Ashtaroth of the two horns. Asherus of the two horns? Okay, and they struck Rephaim at Ashtaroth of the two horns, and the Zuzim with them, and the Emim at Shave Kiriathaim. Eminem? What? And the Koreans in the mountains of Seir, and even to the plains of Paran, which is in wilderness. Thanks for specifying that.
Brilliant. And now we know exactly what else on the map.
And they returned and arrived at the fountain of Miss Fat Booty. Which is kind of... I didn't even read that. That's amazing. There we go. Just so people understand. And they struck the entire region of the Amalekites and the Amorites who dealt in Hazazon-Tamar. And the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboiam, and indeed the king of Bela, which is Zoar, went forth. I like how the king of Bela always gets specified as Zoar, and everyone is literally just the king of their respective region. Like, you don't deserve to be named. Fuck you. But that guy is special.
I love this.
Not as much as they loved making children.
Yeah, clearly.
And they directed their point against them in the wooded valley. Their point? So they had an argument, and when they raised the point, they kind of used the point against them. So they didn't actually fight. They just had an intense debate.
Imagine like a big, great, like renowned armies meeting up, all just arguing instead of fighting.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
That's not how you spell that. You fucked up.
Yeah.
Namely against Charmander, king of the Elamites, and Tidal, king of the nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Pontus. 4 kings against 5.
I like how I summed it up to the end. Thanks, the Bible, very cool.
We could have just gone with that, but hey, we gotta know who's fighting. We gotta know who we're cheering for.
Oh yeah, I'm with fucking title. There you go.
Now the wooded valley had many pits of bitumen. What does that actually?
I don't know.
Bitumen? Oh, that's that stuff. Okay, yeah, I remember. It's the boiling stuff they used in the medieval ages when people were like climbing up castle walls. You pour down, I think it's boiling bitumen, or whatever the pronunciation is. I think it's that stuff. Wait, where were we? Cat Peasant says yes. Okay. And so the king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah turned back, and they fell there. And those who remained fled to the mountain. I think it's different. I mean, does it really matter? The wooded valley has pits of some irrelevant substance that is never gonna be of relevance in this entire thing, but we gotta mention it because padding. It's like they gotta build the scene, you know? It's just...
Not even well.
Then they took all the substance of the Sodomites and the Gomorrahites and all that pertained to food, and they went away. So they took all the substance of the Sodomites, which is the people that live in that area, and the people that live in that area. So they took literally all the corpses? Or what does that mean?
Maybe it's referring to their things. Because previously it referred to substance as their stuff. The things they own, I suppose.
Okay, well. Along with both, Lot, the son of Abram's brother. Oh, hey, you remember that he was the son of his brother and not his brother! Good fucking job! Let's see when you forget about it again. Who lived in Sodom and his substance. And behold, one who had escaped reported it to Abram the Hebrew. Oh, wait, when did he...
Why did he level up?
He just leveled. Yeah, I was just about to say he fucking leveled up and learned a new class. And behold, one who had escaped reported it to Abram the Hebrew, who lived in the steep valley of Mamre the Amorite, who was the brother of Eshcol and the brother of Aner. For these had formed an agreement with Abram. Also, they missed a D there. When Abram had heard that this, namely that his
Take your time. I like how this is literally like two paragraphs above. They're like, yes, it's Abram's brother's son, and then 2 paragraphs down, it's his brother.
Okay, wait a moment. Can he be both? Would that somehow be possible? No, because he's not his son. No, if he was Lot's son, then it would no.
He could be if
no. Okay, wait. So we were talking about Abram and Lot. So if Abram and Abram's mother, but Lot is the son of Haran, so the father cannot be Abram.
I mean, it could be Haran, and then so it just means that.
Okay, wait. So if Lot was his brother and nephew, that wouldn't mean. No, that doesn't work. Because if he was his brother, then Lot's father would be the same father as Abram's. But if Lot is Abram's nephew, then Abram's brother.
He could be a half brother at best.
Unless, what if Haran is somehow? Wait.
Their mother would have had to have Lot with Haran. Their mother. That would have made it a half brother.
What? Wait. What if Haran and Haran's mother had Lot?
That's literally what I just said.
Okay. Sorry, I figured it out myself. Shut up.
Yeah, that would have made them a half brother.
Yeah, but then it would work out, right? Then.
Yeah, then it would be both his nephew and his brother, yes.
Yeah, okay, then you gotta update the graph, because that is literally the only explanation. That explains... Yeah, no, that has to be it. Haran, or whatever the pronunciation is, fucked his mom. Okay.
Well, technically, since women aren't really mentioned in the thing, technically that family tree still stands. Yeah, pretty much.
But I think it's an important detail to add for understanding the Bible, and this is like the auxiliary material to help you visualize it. And I think it's a very important detail to maybe just add the detail somewhere that Haran had a child with his mom. All right, so when Abram had heard this, namely that his brother Lot had been taken captive, he numbered 318 of his own armed men, and he went in pursuit all the way to Dan. Who's Dan?
You don't know who Dan is? He's like the key character in this entire story, and you don't know who Dan is. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot the protagonist of the Bible. No, not armed peasant. And dividing his company, he rushed upon them in the night, and he struck them and pursued them as far as Hobah, which is one of the left hand of Damascus. Okay, and why is that relevant?
Yes.
And he brought back all the substance, and Lot his brother with his substance, likewise the woman and the people. Also, women are not considered substance in the Bible. Interesting. Kind of surprising. I mean, given the time, I would have imagined that, but I guess not. Very, very progressive. Good job. Then the king of Sodom went out to meet him after he returned from the slaughter at Charmander, and the kings who were with him at the valley of Shave. And the kings who were with him at the Valley of Shave, which is the Valley of the King. The King. Just that, yeah, you know which king we're talking about. It's the king.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Then, in truth, Melchizedek, the king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine.
I absolutely love.
He was a priest
every name
of the Most High Skytus. What does this even mean, this entire thing? So, okay, the king went and met Abram after Abram did that slaughter. And they met in some random valley. Okay,
sure,
and then some dude who was the king, who was also the priest, brought them bread and wine. The Valley of Elvis? What? can you be a king and a priest at the same time?
Isn't that literally the Pope's shtick?
I mean, no, the Pope is not the king. The Pope has a lot of power, but he's not the king. And I guess back then there was a thing.
Maybe I guess that you could have question mark.
Oh, I'm king. Oh, you're a priest. Yoink, mine. And he blessed him, and he said, "Blessed be Abram by the Most High's guidance, who created heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High's guidance, through whose protection the enemies are in your hands. And he gave him tithes from everything." Which I totally know what that means, and I'm definitely not gonna look up. A tenth, apparently, okay? Then the king of Sodom said to Abram, "Give me these souls and take the rest for yourself." And he responded to him, I lift up my hand to the Lord's guidance, the Most High, the possessor of heaven and earth. So that's why Skyde's logic was so fucking stupid and backwards, because he was just high all the time. That from one thread within a blanket, even to a single shoelace, I will not take anything from that which is yours, lest you say, I have enriched Abram. Wait, what? And he responded, I lift up my hand to the Lord's guidance, the Most High, the possessor of heaven and earth, that from one thread within a blanket, even to a single shoelace, I will not take anything from that which is yours. So basically, I promise to God that I will not steal anything from you unless you say, I have enriched Abram. So, which basically probably means, here, you can have this. I guess?
That's a really long-winded way of saying I won't take your shit unless you let me.
Yeah, basically. Except that which the young men have eaten, and the shares for the men who came with me. A nerd, Eshkol, and Memra.
So he won't take the things that are eaten.
This will take their shares. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, he will not take them except for the things that they have already taken and then eaten. But it's not like he said, I will not, and I have never taken anything. This is like going forward, and then he's retroactively allowing something that is not forbidden by what he mentioned here. That's like completely unnecessary.
I have a feeling this entire page you're currently looking at doesn't actually tell us anything.
I mean, now we know that Abram and the king priest dude had some form of agreement. Dude, I really want to know if there's a TLDR Bible. It's just like 3 pages.
And
then there's the extended version, which has all the names in case you care, which is like 10 pages, but still.
Isn't this the extended version of all the names?
Dude, imagine if back when the Bible came out, there were director's cuts already. Imagine the director's cut of the Bible.
Oh my fucking god. Imagine an interview of all the fucking...
all the behind the scenes materials.
all the bloopers.
All the outtakes and bloopers. Oh my god. When Sky just accidentally killed a few thousand people. Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
Oh, oops, my finger slipped. It's just like, that guy has no spine.
Dude, imagine the fucking outtakes. Whenever they have a talk. It is I, Abram, son of... Fuck, I forgot my line. And then they gotta look at it. It is I, Abram, son of Teras 2.0, son of Nahor, son of Zerug, son of... No, wait, fuck, I forgot the Ryu guy. Damn it, that's not over.
Oh.
This is like the kind of... You know the memes where we have some scene of a movie, but whenever something is mentioned, something happens? Or like Shrek, but whenever Shrek does something, the movie speeds up ×2. Imagine
yes.
the Bible, but every time somebody's name is mentioned, all their ancestors are mentioned. Like, literally all the way back to Adam.
Oh my god, we're gonna have a full family tree after this, so we should definitely do this. I'll get a voice actor to do it.
Just extra pending whenever a name is mentioned. Abram, son of now, son of Teras 2.0, son of now, and all the way up to Adam. Just infinite padding.
All the way back.
Genesis 15. And so, these things having been transacted, the word of the Lord came to Abram by vision.
Nice.
I mean, we'll let it
slide. Words.
Yeah, words. Exactly. Saying,
you're fucking high as fuck.
Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your protector, and your reward is exceedingly great. And Abram said, Lord Skytis, what will you give to me? I may go without children, and the son of the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus. What? Here, don't worry. I will protect you. You will have a good reward. For what?
Didn't he threaten him?
And then he responds, "What's my reward? I'm not gonna have children, and the son of the steward of my what? That's just like so random." That's like you just engage in a conversation with someone, and then you just ask something, and then like, and my son is also just randomly bring up your son.
It does continue on then after that.
Imagine just a conversation. Imagine if we just had a conversation, and then if I had a son, and I'm just randomly, oh yeah, also my son works at a restaurant. That's the level of randomness. What?
It's
no,
like
it's even worse.
It's like advanced Tourette's.
It's even worse because, hey, guess what? Lord Skytis knows that. And Abram added, "Yet to me you have not given offspring, and behold, my servant born in my house will be my heir." And immediately the word of the Lord came to him, saying, "This one will not be your heir, but he who will come from your loins, the same will you have for your heir." Wait, what?
Mom, the Bible's high again. Can I also just point out something real quick? You know how this Lord Skytis? Can I point out that used to say Lord God, which makes even less sense?
No, you're not allowed to point that out. Shut up.
Understandable.
This is the Bible. This is my safe space. You're not allowed to criticize. Yet, to me, you have not given offspring. Okay? And behold, my servant born in my house will be my heir. Okay? That makes sense. And then he responds, nope, he will not be your heir. But you will have a child who will be your heir. Okay? And he brought him outside. How did he do that? Remember, it was a vision, and the vision somehow was so mesmerizing that he brought him outside, and he said to him, "Take in the heavens and number the stars if you can." And he said to him, "So also will your offspring be." Pointless? So he's saying, look at the sky, count how many stars, and that's how many offsprings you will have? In a very complicated way. Abram believed Skytis. Hold on.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, thanks.
Abram believed Skytis, and it was reputed to him unto justice. And he said to him, "I am the Lord who led you away from the Ur of the Chaldeans, so as to give you this land, and so that you would possess it." But he said, "Lord Skytis, in what way may I be able to know that I will possess it?" And the Lord responded by saying, I like how this is literally just, and he said, when before it was always such a convoluted way of conversations, and now it's just very straightforward.
This is such fucking teeth-gripping fucking dialogue.
And the Lord responded by saying, Take for me a cow of 3 years, and a she-goat of 3 years, and a ram of 3 years. Also a turtle dove and a pigeon of no specified years. I have a question. What is a turtle dove?
It's a dove. It's a shell.
It's a dove with a shell. Or is it a turtle with a beak?
Wings, which is the same thing as a dove with a shell.
That's fucking scary. Imagine a turtle dove, and if it decides, oh, I don't like Teras, I'm literally just gonna fall down on your head and give you a concussion. Get fucked.
Imagine fucking flying turtles.
It's just like rocks falling from the sky, basically.
Or just one randomly like flies into a lamppost or something and it just falls down like a coconut. just kills some random passerby.
Taking all these, he divided them through the middle and placed both parts opposite one another. Wait. So the Lord said, "Give me sacrifices," namely these. And then Abram took those sacrifices, divided them through the middle, and I guess the only middle you could have is cutting all of these animals in half, and place both parts opposite of one another. But the birds he did not divide. And birds descended upon the carcasses, but Abram drove them away.
So birds tried to eat God's sacrifice, and he was like, fuck that.
And he was like, shoo, go away. Yeah. And when the sun was setting, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and a dread, great and dark, invaded him. Wait, what? A what invaded him? Those are all adjectives. A dread, great, dark would work, but there's an "and," so all of these are adjectives.
Yes.
Oh! No. I misread that, sorry. Let me try again. And when the sun was setting, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and a dread, great, and dark comma invaded him. It's the only way to read this.
Oh.
And it was said to him, "Know beforehand that your future offspring will be the sojourners in a land not their own, and they will subjugate them in servitude and afflict them for 400 years. Yet truly I will judge the nation that they will serve, and after this they will depart with great substance." So basically your children will just invade some other place and make it their own, but I'm just gonna judge I'm just gonna be like, yeah, fuck the guys that they enslaved, and they can just have everything. I don't care. But you will go to your daddies in peace and be buried at a good old age. But in the 4th generation they will return here, for the iniquities of the Amorites are not yet completed, even to this present time. Then, when the sun had set, there came a dark mist, and there appeared a smoking furnace and a lamp of fire passing between those divisions. Okay, so there were the animal sacrifices, the cut-up animal guts, basically. And then, when the sun set, there was a mist, and then there was just a furnace and a lamp in between.
Furnace.
I mean, to be fair, in the very beginning, what was it that came out, like fountains that just came out from the earth?
Yeah, they just spontaneously fucking grew.
Yeah.
Without the gods say so.
Yeah. On that day, Skytus formed a covenant with Abram, saying, "To your offspring I will give this land, from the river of Egypt, even to the great river Euphrates, the land of the Kenites and the Kenizzites, the Cadmonites and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, likewise the Rephaim, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Gigashites, and the Jebusites." Are you okay?
I can't. I just like how you pronounced not a single one of them correctly.
I said Rephaim, how dare you? And Amorite. Fuck you. And I tried with the Jebusites. Now Sarai, the wife of Abram, had not conceived children. Yeah, that adds up with the family tree.
Yes.
I think that's a fight. Yeah, that about sums up the entire stream so far. Good evening. Now Sarai, the wife of Abram, had not conceived children, but having an Egyptian handmaid named Hagar, she said to her husband, "Behold, the Lord has closed me, lest I give birth." I have not given, normal people would just say, "I have not had a child yet." But no, we gotta be fancy. "Behold, the Lord has closed me."
Fucking shut her like a revolting door.
Unless I give birth, in which case the Lord has not closed me and I was just incapable of doing it because I'm bad. But for now, I put the blame on the Lord, unless he proves me wrong.
It's a spiteful way of thinking.
Enter to my handmaid, so that perhaps I may receive sons of her at least.
What a thoughtful wife.
what a delicate way of saying go fuck a servant. So that I may receive sons. Well, I mean, they are not your sons, but sons of her. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, that works. That adds up.
Second-hand children.
And when he agreed to her supplication, she took Hagar the Egyptian, her handmaid, 10 years after they began to live in the land of Canaan, and she gave her to her husband as a wife. Oh, nice. And he entered to her. But when she saw that she
I like the phrasing.
But when she saw, I'm guessing she is Sarai, saw that she, which is the Egyptian maid, had conceived, she despised her mistress. And Sarai said to Abram, "You have acted unfairly against me. I gave my handmaid into your bosom, who, when she saw that she had conceived, held me in contempt." Wait. Oh, no, it was the other way around. So the Egyptian maid got mad when Sarai conceived a child. Why? I mean, you were allowed to be entered by your lord and owner. Isn't that like an honor, sort of? Now you're mad?
Yes, get abused by your boss. What an honor.
I don't fucking know how it works.
Level up.
But it's fine that I have a child, but now that you also have a child, all of this was in vain. Or like, why is she mad? I guess she didn't want a child, so now this was kind of pointless because may the Lord judge between me and you.
I think at that point Skyus has better things to do than judge.
Abram responded to her by saying, "Behold, your handmaid is in your hand."
Oh.
"Behold, your handmaid is in your hand to treat as it pleases you."
Kinky.
And so, when Sarai afflicted her, she took flight. Wait, what did she afflict her with?
And how did she take flight?
I mean, that's just a fancy way of saying she fled, I believe. That's just fancy old English. But what did Sarai afflict her with? I genuinely don't understand.
I'm pretty sure afflict is an action. It's an action that implies something, you know.
Yeah, you have to afflict something. Afflict her with a curse or something, but that was never mentioned. So, what? And when the angel, there's angels, the more you know. And when the angel of the Lord had found her near the fountain of water in the wilderness, what other fountain would there be? A fountain of blood and she stabbed someone to death?
I like how it's also specified it's in the wilderness. Thanks, Bible. Angel.
Of water in the wilderness. Well, that means now we know where it is, because it was before established where the wilderness is, in case you remember. When the kings were introduced around there.
We need to reread this and draw a map.
Near the fountain of water in the wilderness, which is on the way to shore in the desert. Finally, we have proof of angels. Yeah, definitely. He said to her, Hagar, handmaid of Sarai, where have you come from? And where will you go? So that's where Cotton Eye Joe originated. And she answered, I flee from the face of Sarai, my mistress. And the angel of the Lord said to her, return to your mistress and humble yourself under her hand. And again he said, wait, who said? Oh, the angel, yeah, okay.
Oh, he says the angel. Yeah.
And again he said, I will multiply your offsprings continuously, and they will not be numbered because of their multitude. What?
He's gonna turn into a fucking...
I
gonna lift her legs and turn into a Gatling gun.
No, I think he will just do like permanent. He will just permanently duplicate them. Like every second, he will just multiply them.
So it isn't going to be a baby Gatling gun.
And there's not going to be a limit because there's many of them. What? This I don't understand. And they will not be numbered. Okay, because of their multitude. So their current multitude. So I will multiply your children into infinity because of the amount of children that you currently have. I mean, if you keep multiplying, it's going to be infinite anyway. So I guess math was not that well researched back then.
That makes sense, yes.
But thereafter he said, behold, you have conceived, and you will give birth to a son. And you shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord has heard your affliction.
What affliction?
The affliction.
the one we shall not speak of.
No, back then there was only one affliction.
It's just the one.
Back then they haven't invented other afflictions.
And maybe they're just too low level for them.
Back then they probably counted one too many. Yeah.
Do you think Abraham the Hebrew leveled up to be able to do more?
Affliction just means curse, illness, but you are afflicted with a curse. You're not just afflicted. And what is a curse or illness? It's just...
I mean, even if you curse someone, you still have to curse them with something.
No.
So I curse you. With what?
No, Teras, no, Teras. I'll do you one better. I curse you. Curse you with what, you ask? Curse you with not knowing what I'm cursing you with. And may you try to figure this out until the end of your days, until you turn into dust on the earth that is as numerous as your offsprings. Wait, no, that's a good thing. Fuck.
It's an army coming back after you.
It's like calling someone diseased.
Okay, but what disease?
Life.
Oh, no, that's the worst one of all.
He will be a wild man, so... Wait a moment. Yeah, I mean, they are in the wilderness, so if she conceives now, he's a wild man. Yeah, duh.
Yeah, that perfect sense. Yeah.
He will be a wild man. His hand will be against all, and all hands will be against him.
Oh, that's very assuming.
And he will pitch his tents away from the region of all his brothers. Then she called upon the name of the Lord who had spoken to her. You are the Skytis who has seen me. Or she said, certainly here. I have seen the back of the one who sees me. Can somebody please translate? What did I just read? Okay, so she called to Skytis again, and who had said... Wait, she called the name of the Lord who had spoken to her. Okay, so she called this. So she said to Skytis, you have seen me. And then she said, surely, here I have seen someone's back who has seen me. So, and who has seen me would be Skytis. So she's basically saying, surely I have seen your back.
Yes. Question mark.
Sure. Because of this, she called that well the well of the one who lives and who sees me. What a great name.
Very catchy. Slides right off your tongue.
The same is between Kardash and Bered. And be red.
Bread.
No, be red. And Hagar gave birth to a son for Abram, who called his name Ishmael. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar gave birth to Ishmael for him. I just completely fucked that up. I just continued reading him and then I continued reading here. So I just read this as Abram was 86 years old when Hagar gave birth to Ishmael for him circumcised. I was very confused for a moment.
It doesn't wait. Even for a son for Abram, we called this so Ishmael is the new Abram son kind of.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, just kind of.
We need your screen share again.
It should be share.
Oh, what? Yeah, Discord just decided to focus on your profile thingy because that's what I want to see. I want to look at your profile picture. Yeah. Thanks, Discord. Okay, let me just pop this out.
Thanks, Discord.
Move this over here.
Ishmael.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. So. Oops. I see you added the clarification also, brother. Good. All right, then. I think we can move on. For now. Where were we? Genesis 17. In truth, as opposed to everything up to this point being lies, after he began to be 99 years of age. When at 99. No, we need more words. In truth, after he began to be 99 years of age. That is like the ultimate fucking padding. It could literally be at 99. But no, it had to be this. The Lord appeared to him, and he said to him, I am the Almighty Skytis.
bit of narcissism there, but okay.
Just to make sure that he knows. Walk in my sight and become complete.
Become one whole entire.
Hold on. And I will set up my covenant between me and you, and I will multiply you very exceedingly.
Is that a threat or an invite for a good time?
Wait. And I gotta add a clarification comment because otherwise this could be misunderstood if you just like glance over it. But it's very important that you realize that he is being multiplied, not his offsprings. So. One Abram, two Abram, three Abram, four Abram, five Abram.
Oh, we need to make that. We need to make like a Bible meme short.
One child, two children, and sons and daughters.
Oh, just an assorted amount of children. Assorted children.
Abram fell prone on his face.
fell prone. Thud. Splat.
So let me just sum up what happened. So Skytus appeared to him and said, "Yo, I'm Skytus. Walk where I can see, and you will become complete. I will set up a covenant between me and you, and I will just multiply you exceedingly. So there will just be a bunch of you." And Abram was like, "Oh, holy shit!" And then he tripped and like face planted.
I got the perfect. There you go. That's perfect.
That is probably one of the best verses in the Bible.
Yeah. I had something appropriate.
You gotta highlight this as well. This is definitely going in the best verses. This is.
I've already highlighted it.
Okay, good. And Sky just
whole step ahead of you.
Also, can I just point out, I'm not reading ahead, and I added the comment "become a complete idiot," and guess what? He just fucking face plants.
Splat.
It's like the Bible is being written in real time to adapt to what I'm saying. And Sky just said to him, "I AM? As opposed to PM?" Or is it? And Sky said to him, "I am, and my covenant is with you. And you will be the daddy of many nations." I'm not quite sure. It might be yelling. "No longer will your name be called Abram, but you will be called Abraham. For I have established you as the daddy of Ham." Why is he being renamed? Okay, so you gotta strike through Abram and just add something like rename to Abraham.
Wait. Fucking what? Now who? And where?
Abram is now called Abraham because he's established as the daddy of many nations. So you have to strike through Abram, just make it strike through text, and then just put Abraham there. Can't you literally just change the font to be strike through?
Yeah, I would have to change the font and find one that allows strike through stuff.
Oh, okay.
Actually, wait. No, actually, wait. Hold on. Hold. I'm actually might.
There's the yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Imagine being competent. And add many nations as his children. Oh, true.
Abraham.
Not Abraham.
Abraham.
Maybe put it a little more to the top left. Okay, no, that looks awful. Please don't. My eyes. Ow. Please no.
That's fine. I got this. There you go. My graphics design is my passion.
You gotta add many nations as his offspring, because he is the daddy of many nations, as Mr. Burns correctly pointed out.
Sort of nations.
And I will cause you to increase very greatly, and I will set you among the great nations, and kings will come forth from you. So basically, he's multiplying Abram, he's renaming him, he's making him the daddy of many nations, and he's giving him a bunch of offsprings.
I mean, I think at 99, you'd be hallucinating all that. Like, my name is now Abraham. No, Dad, it's Abraham. You're just having dementia. Please go back to your bed.
Shut up! Stop disrespecting me. Abraham really won the lottery.
yeah. Of all these people,
dude. Yeah, everyone else just got completely fucked, and he just won big time. Just realized, you know what? I could just crop this like this. And then
yeah, real time cropping.
Make it a little smaller, and then I don't have to remove it. Boom.
Fucking what genius.
Brilliant.
I think the son told you. We joined the Macy's.
Oh yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know, not the very current version because we're working on it, but the version from last stream is on Discord. Teras posted it there, so if you want to look anything up.
Yeah, the updated version will also be posted there.
Yeah. And I will establish my covenant between me and you. How many times did he now say that he will establish a covenant? Like, wasn't it already at the very beginning, like when we were still at Noah, or like when Abram was born or something? Wasn't it already mentioned like 2 or 3 times that there will be a covenant? And then he's now another 3 times. Like,
he really likes that. It's like Terminus promoting his stream.
I will establish my covenant between me and you, and with your offspring after you in their generations by a perpetual covenant, to be Skytis to you and to your offspring after you. And I will give to you and to your offspring the land of your sojourn, all the land of the Canaan, as an eternal possession, and I will be their Skytis. Again, Skytis said to Abram, and you therefore shall keep my covenant and your offspring after you in their generations. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should keep the covenant. Yeah, duh, it only has fucking benefits. Why would you not? That's like, if I gave you $1 million and then or not $1 million, but rather something of use that you don't use up. I don't fucking know. If I gave you a house and then I tell you, here, keep this and give it to your offspring and they should keep it. Duh.
You're like, no. You're like, nah, just walk out.
Nah, fuck you. That's basically cheating. I gotta earn this. Covenant was the buzzword at the time.
Apparently.
This is my covenant, which you shall observe between me and you, and your offspring after you. Oh, really? I thought the covenant was between you and your butt cheeks. Glad that you elaborated on who the covenant is between. All the males among you shall be circumcised. Oh, so there is a prize.
Yeah, it's just a bag of loops.
Quite honestly, we might need to highlight this. I think this is generally important for people to know that, because I did not know that Skytis was the one that that brought up the idea of circumcision. I did not know that this was basically a direct order. What is that?
Crisps.
Well, you gotta put them next to Abram because him and henceforth everyone. Yeah, you gotta cross it out because no more.
Yes, understandable.
It was more of a suggestion. No, you gotta keep the covenant, and that's part of the covenant. This is my covenant. : that is the covenant. The covenant is that you will be circumcised. Covenant is basically a contract. The contract is you and every other male coming after you will be circumcised, and in return you will have the land, you will rule over it, blah blah blah, all that we had before. And you shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin. Wait, circumcise the flesh of your... Isn't circumcision literally just that's like...
Well, I suppose circumcised could mean, to snip off. Yeah, contextually.
Okay, I guess.
Circumcise. I mean, I misspelled it so bad. It's something came out something in Spanish.
And you shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, so that it may be a sign of the covenant between me and you. An infant of 8 days will be circumcised among you, every male in your generations. Wait. An infant of 8... Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't like how he has a personal vendetta against foreskin.
So every child has to be circumcised when it's 8 days old. Yes, circum equals circle, size equals cut. So I guess if you cut off your finger, because your finger is sort of cylindrical, is that a circumcision?
Back to the hoops.
Is a beheading a circumcision?
Just the tip.
An infant of 8 days will be circumcised among you, every male in your generations. So also servants born to you, as well as those bought, shall be circumcised, even those who are not of your stock. And my covenant shall be with your flesh as an eternal covenant. Hold on. Gotta add a comment. Yeah. Flesh is not very eternal, so the male, the flesh of whose foreskin will not be circumcised, that soul shall be eliminated from his people, for he has made my covenant void. Yeah, okay, you will be kicked from if you are not circumcised. I mean, that's... So what happens if you're not circumcised at the age of 8 days? Like, do you have to do it yourself once you're old enough? And if you don't do it then? Or is it just like, oh, your parents forgot and now you're kicked? Just a kick from the guild?
Imagine me, the guy who has to check. Or they don't cut enough. They don't cut enough, so they have to do it again.
Yeah, just in the... What's it called? In the where the children grow up. Just like... Every Wednesday, it's not like room service, circumcision check. Who comes in with a bell?
He's got the circumcision bell as he walks around swinging it.
Titus said also to Abraham, your wife Sarai, you shall not call Sarai, but Sarah.
She leveled up as well.
Penis inspection. And I will bless her, and from her I will give you a son, whom I will bless, and he will be among the nations, and the kings of the people will rise from him. Yeah, he will be among the nations, duh, because Abraham is literally the daddy of the nation, so like... Duh? Abraham fell on his face, and he laughed. saying in his heart, do you think a son can be born to a 100-year-old man? How many of your ancestors had the first child at like 120, 130? Dude. And since you know of all your ancestors, you probably also know everything else about them. And Sarah will give birth at the age of 90? And he said to Skytis, if only Ishmael would live in your side. And Skytis said to Abraham, your wife Sarah shall give birth to a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him as a perpetual covenant and with his offspring after him. Why would you establish a covenant with so let me just recap. Skytis is establishing a covenant with Abraham and every one of his offsprings.
Yes.
And then he establishes a covenant with Abraham's offspring and every one of his offspring.
Yes.
Are you fucking high?
We did establish he is, yes. I do crack cocaine. I'm gonna go grab a juice. You entertain the crowd.
No. I refuse. There's no point in entertaining anyone when Teras isn't around.
Okay, your king has returned.
My king, not my king. Likewise, concerning Ishmael, I have heard you. Oh, amazing. So you didn't just like put your fingers in your ear and say la la la, you actually heard what he said. Good. Behold, I will bless and and enlarge him. and I will and I will multiply him greatly. He will produce 12 leaders, and I will make him into a great nation. Who needs Viagra? Viagra, I guess it's in English.
Those guys are so kinky.
And I will make him into a great nation. Yet in truth, I won't, because fuck you. What is this yet in truth thing? Yet in truth, I will establish my covenant with Isaac, to whom Sarah will give birth for you at this time next year. So I will establish a covenant with Isaac, but actually I will establish a covenant with Isaac. You bad word, you fucking idiot. You got tricked. Stupid idiot.
Get fucking Isaac.
And when he had finished speaking with him, Skytus ascended from Abraham. So did he just like
just laying on top of him through his entire time?
Did he just lay him on top of him? Hold on, what's it called? Did he just give him like a leg up? Hold on, I gotta go to heaven. I can't quite read. Yo, can you give me a leg up? Then Abraham took his son Ishmael and all who were born in his house and all whom he had bought, every male among the men of his house, and he circumcised the flesh of their foreskin promptly the very same day, just as Skytus has instructed him. I just want to know.
Imagine minding your business and this 100-year-old lunatic just runs in up and fucking cheers.
You just in your village, just chilling, just doing your everyday stuff, and then the leader of the village comes back. Everybody, gather up, every male, come here.
Get your dicks out.
Get your dicks out. Gather up in a circle. And then he gets the knife out. Like, what are you doing? Shut up. Yeah. This guy spoke to me. This has to happen.
Flicks open his fucking flip knife. Dicks out. Click.
Dicks out for Skytus.
I'm sorry, but this is fucking brilliant.
I just wonder, how did they do it? I'm not experienced with it, but isn't that a very huge health risk? If you could easily get an infection and everything, like, don't you have to do it in a somewhat professional way? Can you just cut it off?
No, it's fine. If it's fine, Skytus has got their back covered. It's fine. They're watching over them.
It's fine. Skytus is holding his dick while it's happening. So nothing bad will happen.
Stand there from behind, like whispering in his ear.
Just reach around holding it. It has enough tension so nothing bad happens. Abraham was 99 years old when he circumcised the flesh of his foreskin. Thanks. I needed to know that. That's going in the best of, obviously, yeah. Duh. And his son Ishmael had completed 13 years at the time of his circumcision. Did you highlight it? Did you highlight it as well? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it and commented.
On the very same day, Abraham was circumcised with his son Ishmael. Yeah, thanks. That's what it said in 1723.
Some quality father and son time.
You know, I would say it's a bonding experience, but it's like the opposite. They get rid of the foreskin. It's like anti-bonding. It's a disbonding experience. I'm sure half of them would have died. I wouldn't be surprised. All the men of his house, those born in his house, as well as those who were born, even the foreigners, were circumcised with him. Okay, I have just one question. What happened? Was everyone circumcised, and if so, on what day? And were they all circumcised on the same day? Because that has not yet been clarified. And did he do it promptly after Skytus has instructed him?
Yeah, by the sounds of it, he just ran out like a raging lunatic out of his fucking bedroom with a pair of shears and just went on a fucking snipping spree.
Well, hey, look at the bright side. He has a bunch of foreskin. He can just like roast and have a nice snack, a nice salty snack.
Zooms in on original salt flavored pillows.
I'm sure there will be a summary at the end of the chapter to clarify. You wish.
That's what we're here for.
Genesis 18. Then the Lord appeared to him in the steep valley of Mamre. Yeah, that's where they are this entire time. Why are we elaborating this? When he was sitting at the door of his tent. The tent has a door? Okay.
Knock, knock. Hello. That's my doorbell.
And when he had lifted up his eyes, there appeared to him 3 men standing near him. When he had seen them, he ran to meet them from the door of his tent, and he reverenced them on the ground. And he said, "If I, O Lord, have found grace in your eyes, do not pass by your servant." What? Okay. Yes. "But I will bring a little water, and you may wash your feet and rest under the tree." Oh, so there's 3 men outside his tent, and somehow Abraham knows that these men are actually Skytes, and that's why he's being like, "Yo, here, I'm a nice guy. You want to wash your feet?" Because they kind of smell, bro.
I like how washing their feet seems to be like a common thing in the Bible.
And rest under the tree, dude. He's giving him tree privilege.
His favorite tree, though. As he just like the scrub tree across the river.
"And I will set out a meal of bread so that you may strengthen your heart. After this, you will pass on. It is for this reason that you have turned aside to your servant." And they said, "Do as you have spoken." So he's basically telling them, "Here, I will be very nice. You will have all of this, and then fuck off."
Seems legit.
Guybrush Threepwood. Yes. Abram hurried into the tent to Sarah, and he said to her, "Quickly, mix together 3 measures of the finest wheat flour and make loaves baked under the ashes."
Do they have like several pots of like different grades that are labeled? They have like the good stuff and like the everyday stuff and like the cheap stuff for the servants.
I guess. I don't know. In truth, he himself ran to the herd, and he took a calf from there, very tender and very good. And he gave it to a servant, who hurried and boiled it. Likewise, he took butter and milk, and the calf which he had boiled. I guess the servant, and not Abraham. And he placed it before them. Okay, so the servant placed it. Yet truly, he himself stood near them under the tree. Okay, but why are we getting so much information about this not even named servant? Because if it was Abraham, then
you know when someone is its name in the Bible, you know they're legitimately a fucking scrub of unimportance.
Couldn't even get him, dude. They were so fucking worthless. They couldn't even get a mention in the credits. Just like servant 1, servant 2. And when they had eaten, they said to him, "Okay, like what? Like what? Hold on. Gotta make a correction." "And when they had eaten, they said to him, 'Where is Sarah, your wife?'" There's a comma missing.
Fucking God wanted.
He answered, "Behold, she is in the tent."
Just like stands in like a shaman pose and points at the tent. Ta-da!
Just like insane plot twist. Who could have seen that? And he said to him, "When returning, I will come to you at this time with life as a companion, and your wife Sarah will have a son." Hearing this, Sarah laughed behind the door of the tent.
Just laughs in the background.
Fuck. Now they were both old and in an advanced state of life, and it had ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Yeah, I guess she's not fertile anymore. That's I don't know what else is supposed to mean. And she laughed secretly, saying, "After I have grown old, and my lord is elderly, shall I give myself to the work of delight?" Is that like, should I have sex even though I can't have children anymore, and having sex just for fun is a sin? I think that's what this means.
Perhaps.
Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh?" Saying, "How can I, an old woman, actually give birth? Is anything difficult for Skytus?"
No.
"According to the announcement, he will return to you at this same time with life as a companion, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah denied it, saying, "I did not laugh." For she was terribly afraid. But the Lord said, "It is not so, for you did laugh." Fact.
Fucking kids. Literally that kid's argument. Like, how you laughed? No, I didn't. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. You laughed again. No, you did. Shut up.
Oh.
No, I don't have a crush on you. What do you mean? I did not laugh, for she was terribly afraid. But the Lord said, "It is not so, for you did laugh." Therefore, when the men had risen up from there, they directed their eyes against Sodom. And Abraham traveled with them, leading them. And the Lord said, "How could I hide what I am about to do from Abraham? Since he will become a great and very robust nation, and in him all the nations of the earth will be blessed."
I guess Abraham's a nation now. He's leveled up again.
Nation just meant something different back then. It just was a very important person, clearly. That's what it meant. "For I know that he will instruct his sons and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord, and to act with judgment and justice, so that for the sake of Abraham, the Lord may bring about all the things that he has spoken to him." And so the Lord said, "The outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah has been multiplied." It's never increased, it's always multiplied. "And their sin has become exceedingly grievous. I will descend and see whether they have fulfilled the work of the outcry that has reached me, or whether it is not so, in order that I may know. I will go there to find out, so that I do in fact know."
I do like how the whole flood was to get rid of all the people who are sinning, and now they're still doing it. So which kind of meant that they just killed a few thousand.
Yeah, because
people.
as Skytus has seen, men is evil in their heart, or whatever the saying was, or whatever he had realized that. But I guess he had a moment of weakness, so he allowed Noah to just
and accidentally committed genocide.
Yeah, but he allowed Noah to survive, so he had a moment of weakness, and I don't know. and they turned themselves from there, and they went towards Sodom. Yet in truth, Abraham still stood in the sight of the Lord. And as they drew near, he said, "Will you destroy the just with the impious? If there were 50 of the just in the city, will they perish with the rest? And will you not spare that place for the sake of the 50 of the just, if they were in it?"
I think that needed an extra. There you go.
Just ask the same thing twice, you fucking idiot. "Far be it from you to do this thing, and to kill the just with the impious, and for the just to be treated like the impious. No, this is not like you. You judge all the earth. You would never make such a judgment." Judgment. And the Lord said to him, "If I find in Sodom 50 of the men of the just in the midst of the city, I will release the entire place because of them. Abraham responded by saying, since now I have begun, I will speak to my Lord, though I am dust and ashes. What? Dude, I'm reading this and I have no fucking clue what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Would you, despite the 45, eliminate the entire city? Why is it 45?
Why is it? Was it not like 50 a moment ago? What? Ooh.
And he said, I will not eliminate it if I find 45 there. And again he said to him, but if 40 were found, what would you do? He said, I will not strike for the sake of the 40. I ask you, he said, not to be angry, Lord, if I speak. What if 30 were found there? He responded, I will not act if I find 30 there. This is like fucking children. Just like, why are you doing this? Because I'm bored. Why? Because I don't have anything to do. Why? Because I didn't find anything to do. Why? Because I have no... Shut up! Just like an incessant nagging child. An example of a fringe argument. An example of two fucking idiots trying to communicate. Since now I have begun, he said, I will speak to my Lord. What if 20 were found there? He said, I will not put to death for the sake of 20. I beg you, he said, not to be angry, Lord, if I speak yet once more. What if 10 were found there? And he said, I will not destroy it for the sake of the 10. And the Lord departed after he had ceased speaking with Abraham, who then returned to his place.
Yeah, true.
He's trying to get Skytis not to destroy a city because of righteous families. Yeah, I generally got that by now, but this in between part roughly here was just... what the...
You know, just like when so there's 50 where you killed them now. Well, if there's at least just one, and he'd have kind of drilled to the bedrock of his question quite quickly instead of going down in continuous increments.
I mean, if I was in Abraham's position, I would be like, if there's 50, would you do it? No. If there's 49, would you do it? If there's 48, would you do it? If there's 1, would you do it? No.
I do like you.
Would you do it?
I do like before every question he asks him not to be angry. Like please don't be angry, but
don't be mad. But if there's 1 person, would you do it? No. Okay, don't be mad. But if there's what now? But if there's half a person, will you do it? No? Okay, don't be mad if I ask now, but if there's a third of a person, will you do it? And the 2 angels... And the 2 angels arrived at Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting at the gate of the city. And when he had seen them, he rose up and went to meet them. And he reverenced prone on the ground. And he said, I beg you, my lords, turn aside to the house of your servant and lodge there. Wash your feet, and in the morning you will advance your way. And they said, not at all, but we will lodge in the street. He pressed them very much to turn aside to him. And when they had entered his house, he made a feast for them, and he cooked unleavened bread. The fuck is that? And they ate. But before they went to bed, the men of the city surrounded the house, from boys to old men, all the people together. And they called out Lot, and they said to him, where are the men who entered to you in the night? Bring them out here, so that we may know them. Lot went out to them, and blocking the door behind him, he said, do not, I ask you, my brothers, do not be willing to commit this evil. What? So, okay, let me get this straight. So the two angels, which I presume were two of the three guys that also visited Abraham, are now going to Abraham's brother nephew. And when they come to his city, he's like, "Here, come and enjoy my servants and just chill in my house." And they're like, "No, we can sleep in the street." And he insists. So they enter his house. They have a nice meal, and then everyone from the city just gathers up around the house and is like, "Bring them out here," because they want to kill them, because they somehow know that these angels are evil. That's my understanding of the situation right now.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Like, do not be willing to commit this evil. So he somehow assumes that they want to kill the angels. A bread that hasn't risen, i.e. flat bread. Oh. I have 2 daughters who as yet have not known man. I will bring them out to you. Abuse them as it pleases you. I'm really, no.
Found my new favorite verse in the Bible.
Okay, so let me sum it up. The angels arrive at the city. He lets them in his house. Every man in the city gathers up around the house and wants him to let the angels out because they want to kill them. And he's like, "Nah, but here's my daughters. Just do whatever you want. I don't fucking care.
You can abuse my virgin daughters. There you go.
Provided that you do no evil to these men, because they have entered under the shadow of my roof." But your daughters have also entered under the shadow of your roof. Why are they allowed to be heard? But they said, "Move away from there." And again, "You have entered," they said, "as a stranger. Should you then judge? Therefore, we will inflict you yourself more than them." What? Why are they mad? Why are they mad at the angels? What did I miss? What the fuck? And they acted very violently against Lot. And they were now at the point of breaking open the doors. And behold, the men put out their hands and they pulled Lot into them. And they closed the door. And they struck those who were outside with blindness, from the least to the greatest, so that they were not able to find the door.
What?
Wait, who struck whom? Wait, did the angels just kill everyone? What? Hold on, wait. Okay, so 2 angels arrived at Sodom in the evening. Lot was sitting at the gate. And when Lot had seen the angels, he rose up and went to meet them. He reverenced prone to the ground, and he said, "I beg you, my lords, turn aside to the house of your servant and lodge there. Wash your feet in the morning." Yeah, so basically, you can chill here, and then in the morning, fuck off. And they said, "No, we will just chill in the street." He pressed them very much to turn aside to him, so basically, he's asking them to come to his house, and then they eat. But before they, I assume the angels, went to bed, every male in the city gathered around the house.
Circumcised.
And they asked, no, because they are not from Abraham. You know, this is Lot's fault, not Abraham's. And they told Lot, "Where are the angels who just entered? Bring them out so we get to know them." He says, "Nah, I'm not allowing you to kill them." Presuming that that's what they're planning to do. "But I have 2 daughters. Have fun. As long as you do not harm these guys." The mob said, "Fuck off. You have entered as a stranger. So you should then judge." Wait, Lot has entered as a stranger? How? What? Why has Lot entered as a stranger? And should you then judge? He's not judging. You are all fucking judging. You're fucking projecting, you retards. Like, what? Hello? They are literally projecting so hard right now.
So some guys came by and it was like, "Hey, here, you stranger, rest at my house," and then everyone was like, "Oh, we're not having that in here."
Therefore,
this is literally a typical Facebook argument right here.
So, because you are judging, which you aren't, but we're projecting our judging on you, we will harm you more than them. And they harmed him. And they were now at the point of breaking open the doors. And behold, the men, not the angels, put out their hand and they pulled Lot into them. After they acted violently against him, I should mention. And they closed the door. So, wait, was it said? Lot went. Okay, look at this. Lot went out to them, blocking the door behind him. So, and I'm assuming he's also closing it. So Lot is now outside of his house with the door closed and the angels inside and the mob in front of him outside. Yes, they acted violently against him. Now they punch him, and now they're at the point of breaking open the doors. And behold, then they pulled them into him and they closed the door. So they punch Lot, they break open the door, then they pull Lot in the midst of them, and then they close the door, even though Lot was outside the entire time.
That's just sloppy writing.
And they struck those who were outside with blindness, from the least to the greatest, so they were not able to find the door. So basically, just a giant mosh pit bar fight shit. Just everyone.
What if this bit is referring to the two angel men?
Yeah, but the thing is, wouldn't it say angels then?
Yeah.
I mean,
to be fair, it would either way be written well. No, but would this one make a bit more sense?
Okay,
maybe.
Hold on. So
the
they
angels
put out their hand, pull Lot through the door. That is now open.
The door was open. The door was.
They're at the point of breaking open the door. So now, and when they broke it open, they pull him in and close the door, even though it's broken open. So that doesn't really do much. But okay. And considering that it's a tent, and back then they were probably not very well reinforced, it's kind of pointless anyway. Like, was it a tent actually, or was it a house? Was it actually ever elaborated?
I don't think in this case it was a tent.
Okay, never mind then. Okay.
I think only Abraham lives in a tent.
Okay. And they struck those who were outside with blindness, at least to the grave. Okay, so they were like, here, have some voodoo magic, now you can't see anymore. Then they said to Lot, do you have here any one of yours, all who are yours, sons-in-laws or sons or daughters, but not daughters-in-law, bring them out of the city. For we will eliminate this place, because the outcry among them has increased before the Lord, who sent us to destroy them. Okay.
Literal angels of death.
So they are angels of death, and somehow everybody just knows that...
Apart from Lot.
I mean, maybe he knows and he just doesn't care.
True.
Okay. And so Lot, going out, spoke to his sons-in-law, who were going to receive his daughters, and he said, rise up, depart from this place, for the Lord will destroy the city. And it seemed to them that he was speaking playfully. And when it was morning, the angels compelled him, saying, arise, take your wife, and the 2 daughters that you have. Wait. Oh, they're still alive. They didn't get killed, at least. That's good.
Wise.
Lest you also should perish amid the wickedness of the city. And since he ignored them, they took his hand, the hand of his wife, as well as that of his 2 daughters, because the Lord was sparing him. So the angels are saying, leave the city because we want to cleanse them. And he's just... Wait, no.
Yeah.
No, Lot is telling his family to leave, but they think he's joking. And in the morning, the angels said to... What the hell? Hold on.
What the fuck's going on?
I'm about to get a DMCA strike, apparently. I don't know, there's a group of people outside that play music and singing. Oh, that's
amazing.
Just, why not? So where were we? And so Lot's family thought that he was joking. And then in the morning, the angels compelled him, I guess Lot, saying, "Get up, take your wife and your daughters and everyone else, otherwise you will die." And since he ignored them, so now Lot is ignoring him, even though he told everyone, "Hey, we gotta leave," and then everyone thinks he's joking, and now he just like peer pressure, so he stays. They took his hand and the hand of his wife as well as his two daughters, because the Lord is sparing him, so they didn't die at least. Yay! And they brought him out and placed him beyond the city, and there they spoke to him, saying, "Save your life, do not look back. Neither should you stay in the entire surrounding region, but save yourself in the mountain, lest you also should perish." And Lot said to them, "I beg you, my lord, though your servant has found grace before you." Your servant has... Which servant? What? Though your servant has found... Oh, is he talking about himself? "Though your servant has found grace before you, and you have magnified your mercy, which you have shown to me in saving my life, I cannot be saved on the mountain, lest perhaps some misfortune take hold of me and I die. There is a certain city nearby to which I can flee. It is a little one, and I will be saved in it. It is not a modest one, and will not my soul live." And he said to him, "Behold, even now I have heard your petitions about this, not to overturn the city on behalf of which you have spoken. Hurry and be saved there, for I cannot do anything until you enter there. For this reason, the name of that city is called Zoar." What? I mean, wasn't Zoar that the king of Bela, the one king that was always named in the super important conflict of the 4v5? And because of that, we name it after the king of some irrelevant fucking conflict. The sun had risen over the land, and Lot had entered into Zoar. Therefore the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Yeah, the Lord rained it from the Lord. Thanks for clarifying that.
Just comment the word Lord.
"And he overturned these cities and all the surrounding region, all the inhabitants of these cities, and everything that springs from the land. And his wife, looking behind herself, was turned into a statue of salt." Oh, hey, I remember that part. Right. That is said, don't look around, because he's purging, and yeah, one person looked around, and yeah, now she's salty. Makes sense.
That's fucking mean. Oh, fuck.
Then Abraham, rising up in the morning in the place where he had stood before with the Lord, looked out towards Sodom and Gomorrah and the entire land of that region. And he saw embers rising up from the land like smoke from a furnace. But when Skytis overthrew the cities of that region, remembering Abraham, he freed Lot from the overthrow of the cities in which he had dwelt. And Lot ascended from Zoar, and he stayed on the mountain, and likewise his two daughters with him, for he was afraid to stay in Zoar. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his two daughters with him.
I like how humans must have pissed off God to a point where he just doesn't want anything to do with them, because this implies that he was very, very active in the human lives.
Have you ever been on the internet? Have you seen what the average person is like? The elder said to the younger, "Our daddy is old, and no man remains in the land who can enter to us according to the custom of the whole world. Come, let us inebriate him with wine, and let us sleep with him, so that we may be able to preserve offspring from our daddy." This entire thing.
I remember there being someone mentioning this, and I couldn't quite get what they said. But yeah, I get. I still his 2 daughters literally want to get him drunk and rape him. It's fucking brilliant. Winsett. Don't forget about the rape part.
And so they gave their daddy wine to drink that night. And the elder went in and she slept with her daddy. But he did not perceive it, neither when his daughter lay down, nor when she rose up. Likewise, the next day the elder said to the younger, "Behold, yesterday I slept with my daddy."
Just bragging.
Behold, yesterday I slept with my daddy. Let us give him wine to drink yet again this night, and you will sleep with him, so that we may save offspring from our daddy. And then they gave their daddy wine to drink that night also, and the younger daughter went in, and she slept with him. And not even then did he perceive when she lay down or when she rose up. Or when he rose up. Wink, wink. Therefore the 2 daughters of Lot conceived by their daddy. And the elder gave birth to a son, and she called his name Moab. Well, that's a fucking bomb. That's a law bomb right there.
Okay, wait. So Lot had 2 daughters that are not really named, are they?
Just open bracket, just in parentheses, elder and younger. Good enough. They don't have names. They're just elder and younger. I'll be back in a moment.
I don't know, spell daughter. I'll go with this. This is, if this wasn't how you spell daughter, this is it now. Not. Younger. Younger. Ah, fuck it. Who fucking cares? So, which daughter did I what? The 2 daughters that conceived blah blah. The elder one gave birth to a guy called Moab. He's the daddy of the Moabite of the present day. He gave birth to a son. She also had a son, and the son was named. His name was Ammon. Okay. Hello, Wenny back. What's up? I don't. I'm not Skydus. I don't know. It's fine. Skydus will return momentarily. I think he's just. I think he needs to grab a drink after what we just read. So don't mind him. He will return shortly.
Do you understand the irony?
Thanks, Captain. That's thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, there he is. Well, I'm here every Friday. He's guys. I got bad news for you. You're being replaced. I'm sorry. It's your viewers are staging a coup. I promise I had nothing to do with it.
Your viewers, is any back multiplying already?
I've updated the thing.
Yeah, the plan is to basically do this every Friday until we're done. And then who knows? Maybe we'll move on to the Quran.
To other great religious works and violate them relentlessly.
Imagine. By the way, Anibek, you're too late. You missed the most important part. So yeah, literally, I'm gonna highlight
a lot of
something
interesting
for
plot
you.
points.
Literally, read everything I'm highlighting right now. Do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
This. I just want to point out how insanely fucking drunk do you have to be to not realize?
Oh, well, they must have fucking plastered them pretty well.
That's just what the hell? Therefore, the two daughters of Lot conceived by their daddy, and the elder gave birth to a son. She called his name Moab. He is the daddy of the Moabites. Moabites? I didn't know he bites. Damn.
Yeah,
Even to the present day. Likewise, the younger gave birth to a son, and she called his name Ammon. That is the son of my people. He's the daddy of the Ammonites, even today. Okay. Abraham advanced from there into the southern land, and he lived between Kadesh and Shur. And he sojourned in Gerar. Winra. And he said about his wife Sarah, she is my sister. Therefore, Abimelech, king of Winra, sent for her and took her. Then Skytis came to Abimelech through a dream in the night, and he said to him, Lo, you shall die because of the woman that you have taken, for she has a husband. In truth, Abimelech had not touched her, and so he said, Lord, would you put to death a people ignorant and just? Did he not say to me, she is my sister? And did she not say he is my brother? Well, just because they're brother and sister doesn't mean that she's not married. She could have a husband. Just that he didn't come with them for whatever reason. Okay. In the sincerity of my heart and the purity of my hands, I have done this. And Skytis said to him, and I know that you have acted with a sincere heart, and therefore I kept you from sinning against me, and I did not release you to touch her. Now therefore, return his wife to the man, for he is a prophet. And he will pray for you, and you will live. But if you are not willing to return her, know this. You shall die a death, you and all that is yours.
One whole entire death.
And immediately Abimelech, rising up in the night, called all his servants, and he spoke all these words in their hearing, and all the men were afraid. And then Abimelech called also for Abraham, and he said to him, what have you done to us? How have we sinned against you, so that you would bring so great a sin upon me and upon my kingdom? You have done to us what you ought not to have done. And remonstrating him he said, what did you see, so that you would do this? Abraham responded, I thought to myself, saying, perhaps there is no fear of Skytis in this place, and they will put me to death because of my wife. Yet in another way, she is also truly my sister, the daughter of my daddy, and not the daughter of my mother, and I took her as my wife. Lord Rob. So, daughter of my daddy. So, not the daughter of my mother. So, he married his half sister. Also, I'm really fucking hungry, so well, you gotta put that in the picture, obviously. That's important.
What are you doing?
The fact that Sarah is actually Abraham's sister. Or half-sister, rather.
Didn't they pretend to be siblings before?
Read.
Yeah.
Yet, literally what it says, yet in another way, she is also truly my sister, the daughter of my daddy and not the daughter of my mother. So she is his half-sister.
Brilliant. This is just...
And that conveniently gives me some time to consume.
Understandable. Consume. Oh, this is...
Oh, hey Naga. This is too complicated. On the launch. That's why we're here. We're here to explain to you how it works.
Hey, Lot's a good guy. Don't blame him.
He does have a lot of positive things about him.
Like his 2 daughters. He's just willing to dispense anyone.
Well, they're certainly sex positive.
Ooh.
Too smart for me. Gonna watch Nigma continue towards TI-10. Urokoi, my forever captain.
Implying you're smart.
Something about Dota.
Yeah. Fucking reprobate.
I mean, the whole point is to make this understandable for idiots.
It's kind of what we're doing. We are learning so much along the way.
Breaking it down, analyzing, and interpreting.
I think the funniest thing about this is that most people who believe in the Bible haven't read the Bible.
Why would anyone read the Bible? You know all the important parts. There's incest, somebody gets turned to salt, God created paradise, and then Adam got kicked out because of Eve, because of a snake.
Because of a really overgrown rib.
Half incest is better than full incest, right? No, not really. Okay, so there's something you have to understand. Back then, incest was fine. It's just nowadays. I mean, there was quite a lot of incest already.
Kid. Brilliant.
And then there are Giga
Giant. I send that PDF to someone, and the first thing they ask us, who the fuck is Giga Shite? Defiling the Bible.
I mean, are we?
Well, we're definitely doing something.
I'm sure we're taking it in a sort of joking manner, but you gotta realize we are reading the Bible and we're exposing the Bible to I don't know how many people. So
at least 7.
But however many are gonna watch the VOD of this. So we're basically just promoting the Bible.
What kind of psychopath watches VODs on Twitch?
Yes. If there are only 20 people on the world, it's hard to avoid. If you had a... What? Weird kid? Fuck is weird? Or however the hell you pronounce that word.
Just, I guess he was weird, question mark.
I don't know. Maybe?
Guess we'll never find out.
Yeah. Unfortunate, huh?
Imagine writing words properly.
So you still haven't incorporated the new lore drop into the picture. I'm disappointed. The fact that Sarah, formerly known as Sarai, is actually Abraham's daughter, not daughter, half sister.
There you go. I just like how I do just like how this was like fairly neat. This got a little complicated, and then this bit is just it's getting a little bit. I love it.
That's the relationship status. Single, taken, it's complicated. It's Bible levels of complicated. Ever Brand's the best interpretation of Bible. It's been so long since I've seen that I barely remember anything.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like I've watched it as a kid, and even back then it was an old movie, so it's an even older movie now.
Oh, really? Is that how it works?
Yeah, the more you know.
Are you sure the movie didn't somehow multiply and then just defy the space-time continuum?
I mean, do you have proof to suggest that theory?
My name's Sky, just shut up. I win.
Like this Abrams family tree look like a spider web. Yeah, it's really just a horizontal branch.
Okay, where were we?
Yeah. Something about sister.
Then, after Sky just let me out of my daddy's house, I said to her, "You will show this mercy to me. In every place to which we will travel, you will say that I am your brother." Therefore, Abimelech took sheep and oxen and menservants and womenservants, and he gave them to Abraham. And he returned his wife Sarah to him. What a nice guy. Although, I mean, I don't know why he took her in the first place, but...
Yoink.
Why does Abraham's family tree look a spider web? Yes, because of the Bible. The royal blood tree in Europe is just as bad as this. I don't know. I didn't pay attention in history class because my teacher was absolutely incompetent.
Aren't most teachers, to be fair?
No, it was just a history lesson would usually just be him like verbally explaining the events, and it's like, okay, and then this event happened, and that led to this, and that led to World War I, which then led to this, and then to this. And then just slowly goes through it, but you have to listen. It's just most of it was verbal. And the greatest part was, okay, and then this event happened, and then this led to World War I. And then you just don't pay attention for 1 minute, and that's how the Cold War happened. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? How are we? Fuck this, I'm out. That is just that's how I felt during history lessons with that teacher.
Just a quick blink.
You have to pay attention to a monologue that's just vaguely listing dates basically, and then very very small amount of added information, and if you don't pay attention for just 1 minute, it's just like you fucking time traveled. That's that's probably the main reason I don't know anything about history and don't care. But why not? And he said The land is in your sight. Dwell wherever it pleases you, wherever it will please you. Then to Sarah he said, Behold, I have given your brother 1,000 silver coins. This will be for you as a veil for your eyes. What? This will be for you as a veil for your eyes.
So she's a gold digger, got it.
To all who are with you and wherever you will travel. And so remember that you were taken. Yeah, she was taken several times whenever they went anywhere and she claimed to be someone's sister. Google Charles II of Spain. We got a project to finish here first.
Yeah, we'll put down the list.
Then when Abraham prayed, Ascites healed Abimelech and his wife. Wait, how did he heal them from what?
What?
And his handmaids, and they gave birth. For the Lord has closed every room of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, the wife of Abraham. Oh, yeah. I remember when I was confused earlier. Now it all makes sense, yeah. So what I did not realize is Sarah's actually the wife of Abraham. That was never clarified before. Now it all makes sense. Now all of the confusion is gone. And if any of you are confused, so Abraham is the son of Teras, is the son of Nahor, is the son of Serug, is the son of Reu, is the son of Peleg, is the son of Eber, is the son of Shelah, is the son of Arphaxad, is the son of Shem, is the son of Noah, is the son of Lamech 2.0, is the son of Methuselah, is the son of Enoch 2.0, is the son of Jared, is the son of Mahalalel, is the son of Canaan, is the son of Enos, is the son of Seth, is the son of Adam. So I hope that clears up any confusion. So yeah, good that they added that. I totally didn't know who Sarah was. But I like how it's just like,
oh fuck. Brilliant.
Abraham prayed, Ascites just removes the curse. Oh, by the way, Ascites also cursed every woman in the house, but I guess that wasn't relevant earlier. So yeah, it's undone now. Hey Hex, what is this? And who is the Russian? Ed is learning about the Bible at 43 years old. Most people know this at 10. You couldn't be more wrong with every single one of these messages.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like
every message of you that you sent is wrong.
Like who's Russian?
Nobody. There's no Russians here.
43. And
I'm not 43. I already learned about the Bible earlier, and most people know, depending on if you mean by this just the general thing, some things of the Bible, then it's usually earlier than 10. And if you're talking about this in-depth knowledge, I bet you less than 0.1% of even predominantly Catholic nations know this. Like, we are knees deep in the Bible.
Very few people.
We are knees deep in the Bible, just like lots.
Very few people read it. Hold for a second. Very few people read it so religiously.
Nice. The women at the time were lucky they had names at all. Yeah, there's a total of maybe 5 named women so far, I think. Actually, can you look? So we have Sarah. We have
Sarah and Malika.
Yeah,
and
okay.
The two ones back here.
3, 4.
Yeah, I think that's it.
No, there were more.
Oh wait, no, there's Eva.
5.
There's Eve. Yeah, there's Eve. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
One more to the right. Is there anything on the right?
No.
I was right. 5 so far.
There's the 5 whole entire.
And sons and daughters. Are you Catholic or Muslim? Yes. No.
Fucking son of it.
Okay, so I will tell you this. I'm not Muslim. And even if, hypothetically speaking, let's just assume for a moment I was Catholic, okay?
Yeah,
Do you
not
think I
anymore.
would still be Catholic after reading this? This is probably the best way to get someone to just stop believing in religion. Or at least in Catholicism. Most of them didn't see the family tree. Yep. The Russian has a Scottish accent. Okay, it's getting better. It's getting better.
It's getting closer, but I'm still not Russian.
I mean, we are Russian through the Bible.
Oh, no.
You just gotta put a little polish on this every now and then. Fix a few errors.
Yes, it is the Catholic Bible.
I don't know, are there other Bibles? I don't know, I just went and looked for a public domain version of the Bible. So I can actually use it and show it.
I mean, there's other Bibles, we can read them as well.
It's the Catholic public domain Bible. Yeah. Genesis 21. Then the Lord visited Sarah, just as he had promised, and he fulfilled what he had spoken. And she conceived and gave birth to a son in her old age. At the time that Skytus had foretold to her. And Abraham called the name of his son, whom Sarah bore to him, Isaac. And he circumcised him on the 8th day.
Yes, no more hoops for you. I'll just quickly
Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house. Isaac kept to himself, would play toys, while his mother watched Christian broadcasts on the TV. I don't remember the fucking thing. But yeah, that means we can... Well, not with safety, but we can with... It's likely that Isaac's mother then is called Sarah, even though she's never mentioned. Shouldn't you have whenever you enter a floor where it's on the ground, lying on the ground and crying, not the standing one? Wouldn't that make more sense?
It's surprisingly hard to find good art of Isaac that's already transparent. Find a crying one maybe.
Muslim Bible, Hindu Bible, many. Oh.
I guess we have a lot of fixing to do.
Means everyone can make additions or fixes. Just as Skytus had instructed him.
I scrolled way too far on the binding of
just
Isaac.
As long as you don't type Rule 34, Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, I scrolled too far.
When he was 100 years old.
I'll just pull up on the stream real quick.
Indeed, at this stage of his daddy's life, Isaac was born. Which is petting. And Sarah said, Skytus has brought laughter to me. Whoever will hear of it will laugh with me. She got a child at this old age.
Oh,
comedy gold. Imagine actually getting a child at 90 years. What a fucking zinger.
What a punch to the gut, you know what I mean?
And again, she said, hearing this, who would believe Abraham that Sarah breastfed a son to whom she gave birth despite being elderly?
Fucking powdered milk.
And the boy grew and was weaned. More like weened. And Abraham made a great... That is... You know what that is? That is a misdemeanor.
Oh.
Oh
my god, that joke grew.
Hold on. I think I gotta tweet that right now.
Yeah, a man gotta do what a man gotta do, you know?
I mean, it works much better in spoken, but still, this is just... Okay. Where were we? And then Sarah had seen the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, playing with her son Isaac. She said to Abraham, or when seen, she said to Abraham, "Cast out this woman servant and her son, for the son of a woman servant will not be heir with my son Isaac." Abraham took this grievously for the sake of his son, and Skytis said to him, "Let it not seem harsh to you concerning the boy and your woman servant." What? It did not seem
Skytis
harsh?
just appeared, just walked into the room. He's just been living with them.
No, he doesn't appear.
Is he just like the
He's
weird
just
uncle?
been there all along. He's just
Yeah, he's just this weird uncle who just refuses to fucking leave.
remember he's always in the middle of Abraham's village or city because he gotta do the penis inspection. Gotta make sure everyone's circumcised. Gotta check for breach of contract.
He's got like one of those like fucking cigar snippers.
Just use a nail clipper. What do you mean? In all that Sarah has said to you, listen to her voice. For your offspring will be invoked in Isaac. Yet I will also make the son of the woman servant into a great nation, for he is your offspring. And so Abraham arose in the morning, and taking bread and a skin of water.
It's made of like all the stitched up foreskin.
He placed it up on her shoulder, and he handed over the boy, and he released her. And when she had departed, she wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. God is basically micromanaging Abraham's nations. He's more like he's in the process of creating them, I guess, rather. And when the water and the skin had been consumed, in the skin, a skin of water. So, like, I guess it's just like a leather or like a bottle of water made from skin.
Yeah, a water skin. Yeah.
When the water and the skin had been consumed, she set aside the boy under one of the trees that were there, as opposed to setting him under a tree that was not there.
Oh. Brilliant.
And she moved away and sat in a distant area, as far as the bow can reach. For she said, "I shall not see the boy die." And so, sitting opposite her, he lifted up his voice and wept. But Skytis heard the voice of the boy. And an angel of Skytis called to Hagar from heaven, saying, "What are you doing, Hagar? Do not be afraid, for Skytis has heeded the voice of the boy from the place where he is. Rise up, take the boy and hold him by the hand. I will make of him a great nation." Dude, you get to be a great nation. You get to be a great nation. Everyone gets to be a great nation. Oh no, you just get to be a mediocre nation. Fuck you. And Skytis opened her eyes, and seeing a well of water, she went and filled the skin, and she gave the boy to drink. And Skytis was with him. And he grew, and he stayed in the wilderness, and he became a young man, an archer. And he lived in the desert of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Egypt.
Yoink.
At the same time, Abimelech and Pickle, sure. Pickle, the leader of his army, said to Abraham, "Skytis is with you in everything that you do. Therefore, swear by Skytis that you will do no harm to me and to my posterity and to my stock and to my foreskin."
It stops true.
But according to the mercy that I have done to you, you will do to me and to the land to which you have turned as a newcomer. And Abraham said, "I will swear, but only after I harm you." Fuck you. And he reproved Abimelech because of a well of water. Because of a well of water, which his servants had taken away by force. Okay.
He drinks the well. Take it
Just take the well and put it somewhere else.
Yeah, take it, put it in your own village. This well is very nice.
Just put it in your inventory.
Just straight into my basket.
And Abimelech responded, "I do not know who did this thing, but you also did not reveal it to me, nor have I heard of it before today. And so Abraham took sheep and oxen, and he gave them to Abimelech. Wait, didn't Abimelech give those to him because he held Sarah? And then as a like, oh, I'm sorry he gave them, so now he's giving them back?
I think so. Wasn't that the same guy who...
Both of them struck a pact. I don't fucking know. And Abraham set aside 7 female lambs from the flock. Abimelech said to him, what purpose have these 7 female lambs, which you have caused to stand separately? He said, you will receive 7 female lambs from my hand, so that they may be a testimony for me that I dug this well. Ah, yes. I will give you 7 lambs, as to prove that I did in fact dig this well.
But aren't this...
No, you may be a testimony. Oh no, so he's bribing him. He's just saying, okay, I will give you this, and then you will say that I dug this well. Literal bribe. For this reason, that place was called Beersheba, because there both of them did swear. Okay, I'm guessing Beersheba means something related to that, and also there's something on my monitor. 3. And they initiated a pact on behalf of them of the Well of Oath. Oh, now it's the Well of Oath. Now it has a name all of a sudden. Then Abimelech and Phicol, the leader of his army, oh, I almost forgot who that was. Thanks. Rose up, and they returned to the land of the Palestinians. In truth, Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba, and there he called upon the name of the Lord Skytus Eternal. Why is it eternal now? Is this like another version, another iteration? Is this like is this like Lamech 2.0? This is not Skytus, this is Skytus Eternal. You know, like there's Doom Eternal, like what? And he was a settler in the land of the Palestinians for many days. Ooh, many days. Damn.
I like how he's leveling himself up. He used to be Skytus and he's Lord Skytus, now he's Lord Skytus Eternal. He's just pumping his own ego.
After these things occurred, Skytus tested Abraham, and he said to him, Abraham, Abraham. And he answered, here I am. He said to him, ha, you fell for it, idiot. Oh, was this the thing where he's like, yo, kill your son? And then he's like, okay, sure, I'll do it. And then right before he does it, dude, don't do it. It's just a prank, man. What the fuck? I think that's what's coming up. I think. He said to him, take your only begotten son, Isaac, whom you love, and go into the land of vision, and there you shall offer him as a holocaust upon me, upon one of the mountains, which I will show to you. And so Abraham, getting up in the night, harnessed his donkey.
What a fucking show. What phrase? Harnessed his donkey.
Taking with him 2 youths and his son Isaac. And he had cut... Wait.
To know. Oh my fucking god. I fucking knew it.
And when he had cut wood for the Holocaust, he traveled towards the place as Skytus had instructed him. Then, on the 3rd day, lifting up his eyes, he saw the place at a distance. And he said to his servants, wait here with the donkey. I and the boy will hurry further ahead to that place. After we have worshipped, we will return to you. He also took the wood for the Holocaust and he imposed it upon his son Isaac. And he himself carried in his hands fire and a sword. As the two continued on together, Isaac said to his daddy, my daddy. And he answered, what do you want, son? Behold, he said, fire and wood. Imagine just you're just walking there and someone's like, you just have wood and a torch or something in your hand, and somebody that's walking with you is just like, Teras? Yeah. Look, wood and fire.
You just look at him like disappointed but not surprised.
Where's the victim for the Holocaust? Abraham said, Skytis himself will provide the victim for the Holocaust, my son. Thus they continued on together. And they came to the place that Skytis had shown to him. There he built an altar, and he set the wood in order upon it. And when he had bound his son Isaac... Oh. Oh.
Kinky.
He laid him on the altar upon the pile of wood. Why are you laughing?
Why did I not see that?
That's literally what it's referring to. Do you not realize? You play as Isaac and, well, in this case it's your mom for some reason and not your dad, but your mom wants to kill you because that's what God told her. I don't know why it's Sarah and not Abraham, but yeah. I mean, you're not tied down, but yeah, that's the whole inspiration. That is why it's called the Binding of Isaac, and I just, as I read this, I realized. So I wanted to highlight it, just so anyone that's looking at this will understand that that is in fact why the game is called the Binding of Isaac, and that also confirms that this is indeed the Isaac that the game is about. Because I doubt that there's going to be another Isaac in the Bible that's going to have a similar fate. But we will see. And he reached out his hand and took hold of the sword in order to sacrifice his son. And behold, an angel of the Lord came out from heaven, saying, Abraham, Abraham. And he answered, Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. And then he killed his son. and he said to him, Do not extend your hand over the boy, and do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear Skytis, since you have not spared your only begotten son for my sake. Wait, you fear Skytis? But you have not spared him for the angel's sake. Huh?
Brilliant.
So the Bible is just a prequel to the video game. Pretty much. I see you working. That's good. Where was I? Abraham lifted up his eyes, and he saw behind his back a ram among the thorns, caught by the horns, which he took and offered as a holocaust instead of his son. And he called the name of that place the Lord of Seas.
Seed.
What? Why? I don't get it. Thus, even to this day, it is said, On the mountain the Lord will see. What? Then the angel of the Lord called out to Abraham a second time from heaven, saying, By my own self I have sworn, says the Lord, because you have done this thing, and have not spared your only begotten son for my sake, I will bless you, and I will multiply your offspring like the stars of heaven, and like the sand which is on the seashore. Your offspring will possess the gates of their enemies. Oh, so basically, you entered a contract, which was circumcise yourself and every male in your colony, and then you get blessings and all this land and whatever else, and you will be multiplied, and your offspring will be multiplied. And now it's like, oh, because you have done another thing I asked of you, you will be your offspring will be multiplied again, which we already got. So what's the point of multiple multiplications? Seems kind of pointless.
Oh,
and in
you can never have enough offspring, if you know what I mean.
Depends on what you plan to do, but hey, I mean, if you have offspring like a certain lot.
That's a lot of offspring.
No, that's an offspring of lot, not a lot of offspring. You will be exponentiated. That's basically what he's saying, yeah. And in your offspring, all the nations of the earth will be blessed, because you obeyed my voice. Abraham returned to his servants, and they went to Beersheba together, and he lived there. After these things occurred, it was reported to Abraham that Milcah, likewise, had borne sons for his brother Nagor. Hey,
yes.
wait, you misspelled
Yes.
the wife's name. It's apparently Milka, not Milika. Or, I don't know. Search in the document, actually. See if you can find Milka or Milika. I don't know which one it is. Or put it in brackets if it's both.
I think the better chance is I misspelled it.
Well, maybe. Check. Feel free to check. I mean, if it's both in it, then you have to put the I in brackets because we don't know. Us, the firstborn, and Bus, his brother. Wow, really good names there. And Kemuel, the daddy of the Syrians. Oh, so now Nago has children now.
He already had one.
Yeah, and now he has 3 more.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And apparently Us was his firstborn.
Well, that's a fucking lie.
Milka and Nago, yeah. And then apparently...
Alright, so...
Don't worry, the births may end, but the children do not. And Cheese, and Hanzo, and Pildash, and Jitlev. Wait, Jitlev? Wait, wasn't there already a Jitlev? What the? Hold on, I'll check. Just continue. I'll find it out.
So we have us. We have.
Yeah, have fun. You got a little bit of work to do.
We have Buzz.
We have Japheth. Did we have a Jitlev? I'm not sure. Yeah, we did not. Good.
Buzz.
Kemuel.
Buzz, his brother, and Camuel. Camuel, daddy of Syrians. Daddy. Okay, so the next is cheesed.
Hold on. Okay, so Us, the firstborn, Buzz, his brother, and Kemuel, the daddy of the Syrians, and Cheese, and Hanzo, likewise Pildash and Jitlev. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as Bethuel. These 8 Milka born for Nagor. Wait, what about Iskar though? What the fuck?
Yeah, he was mentioned like way before.
Yeah, no, he's been retconned.
Not important.
So, and then Bethuel had a child called Rebecca of unknown gender. Based on the name, we would assume female. Based on the fact that this is the Bible, we would assume male.
It's good male. Not dying things.
No, don't worry. I'll be like 120 years old. It's fine.
Just had to go.
Wait. Why was the child named... What's with the child name? Wait. Us, Kemuel, Cheese, Hanzo, Pildash, and then Jitlev. What? Not Milka.
What am I reading? Oh yeah, I was reading something completely different.
Genius.
I'm amazing.
Oh, Jitlev.
Right.
Fucking incompetent.
I think this is already a sign of me doing this too long again.
And then Bethuel.
And these 8 Milka born.
Yeah, Bethuel is another child. And then Bethuel had a child called Rebecca. But Bethuel is another child of Nagor.
Can you not? I need more incest space. So, and who had a what? Bethuel. Bethuel, of whom was born. Likewise Pelagius, as well as Bethuel.
Yeah, and then Bethuel had a child.
Wait, I just copied it, not actually changed it.
That's Bethuel, and that you changed to Rebecca. Rebecca. There we go. These 8 Milka bore for Nagor, the brother of Abraham. Oh, Nagor's brother of Abraham. Thanks for elaborating. Like how strangely every now and then throwing that in, but most of the time it's just like, yeah, you know what that is. In truth, his concubine named Ruma, and concubine is apparently another, like a second wife, basically.
Nice.
A side wife, sort of.
You never have enough of those, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, wait, where were we? Named Roima, bore Teba, Gaham, and Tahash, and Maka. So, have fun! You gotta fit another wife next to Nagor, and then their children.
What?
Well, so these 8, the ones that you just did, those were the children of Nagor and Milka.
Yes.
And then Nagor's other wife, named Ruma, whatever.
All right. Okay.
Had children.
Ooh.
Can't you just somehow anchor the lines to the text? So you don't have to automatically move if you move just the text, so you don't have to remake all the lines or readjust them, I guess.
No. So move that to this line because that's where that's coming from.
Yeah.
And then get another. Get a wife 2.0.
Concubine. It's not a wife, it's a concubine.
Understandable. A concubine equals. Does she have a name?
Rima or whatever.
Rielma.
Yuma Dick.
Thanks,
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna absolutely butcher this. This is. I think that the fact that this is really bad is just more comedic, to be fair. It's bad. Nothing needs to make sense. No, the most important thing is that I know what's happening and I know that it makes sense. No one else actually needs to know any of this. Maka. Love this so much. Done.
Let's see. What did you do there? Concubine.
I think the important thing is we know what the fuck's going on.
I would move the concubine text a little more to the right and the Milka text a little more to the left so that it's clearer that which children are from where. Yeah, something like that. Probably better. Someone should teach them how to spell. Teach who? Graham equals Graham. Okay, well, maybe not back in the days. You know, Abram was also renamed to Abraham. Sarah was renamed to Sarah. You know, you start at level 1 and then you level up.
Yeah. I was like how God just renamed them. It's like, nah, fuck you, this is your name now. And he's like, okay, that's my name now.
In truth, his concubine named Ruma bore Teba, Gaham, and Tahash, and Macarena, one of the two. Genesis 23. Now Sarah lived for 127 years. Sick. And then she died in the city of Arba, which is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Gotta make it smaller, so... because the wife text is already small. And Abraham came to mourn and weep for her. And when he had risen up from the funeral duties, he spoke to the son of Heth, saying, I am a newcomer and a sojourner among you. Give me the right of a sepulchre among you, so that I may bury my dead. The sons of Heth responded by saying, Hear us, O Lord, you are a leader of Skytis among us. And that's us. Bury your dead in our chosen sepulchres, and no man shall be able to prohibit you from burying your dead within his memorial. Help.
Try not dying things.
Abraham arose, and he reverenced the people of the land, namely the sons of Heth. And he said to them, If it pleases your soul that I should bury my dead, hear me and intercede on my behalf with Ephron, the son of Zohar, who we totally haven't introduced to, so that he may give me the double cave, which he has set at the far end of the field. He may transfer it to me for as much money as it is worth in your sight, the position of a sepulchre. Now Ephron dwelt in the midst of the sons of Heth, and Ephron responded to Abraham in the hearing of everyone who was entering at the gate of his city, saying, Let it never be so, my lord, but you should pay greater heed to what I say. The field I will transfer to you, and the cave that is in it. In the presence of the sons of my people, bury your dead. Abraham reverenced the sight of the people of the land. Reverence in the sight of the people of the land. And he spoke to Ephron, standing in the midst of the people. I ask you to hear me. I will give you money for the field. Take it, so I will bury my dead in it. And Ephron responded, My lord, hear me. The land that you request is worth 400 shekels of silver. This is the price between me and you. But how much is this? Bury your dead. I just want to point out, which currencies they use has never been clarified. Like how do they actually? Did they already have currencies back then? I mean, there was some gold and there was silver, and now there's shekels of silver. Like,
Money's clearly not important. Random names.
What's next? Fucking Bitcoin?
I think that may be a while before we get there.
So basically, Abraham
I think that's in the New Testament.
So basically, Abraham wants to pay, and the other guy is like, "Nah, just listen to me. You get it for free, and now shut up." And Abraham's like, "Nope, I will pay. Shut up and take my money." And when Abraham had heard this, he weighed out the money that Ephron had requested in the hearing of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, of the approved public currency. What? Yeah, apparently, I mean, it's kind of implicit that shekels of silver are the approved public currency, because why else would you be requesting this? Oh yeah, and pay me with 700 of this currency that I just made up that doesn't exist and is not accepted anywhere. Thanks. And having confirmed that the field in which there was a double cave overlooking Mamre formerly belonged to Ephron, both it and the sepulchre, and all its trees with all its surrounding limits, Abraham took it as a possession in the sight of the sons of Heth and everyone who was entering at the gate of his city. So then Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the double cave of the field that overlooked Mamre. Glad they clarified which cave they were talking about.
Oh yeah.
This is Hebron in the land of Canaan. Wait, what is Hebron? The act of burying someone? A person, a city? I guess the city, but like what? The field? Is it the field that overlooks? And the field was confirmed to Abraham with the cave that was in it as a memorial possession before the sons of Heth.
Do you want to stop it here now?
Option?
Yeah, it's been just about 3 hours, and it is 10 o'clock.
A shekel is 11.4 grams.
At this point, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Wait, a shekel is actually a measurement of weight?
I think it is now.
The more you know. I literally thought there was a currency, but hey.
Well, I think it was a currency consisting of an equal-sized coinage.
I don't know. I am not educated. I am educated, however, on Genesis 1 through 23 of the Bible. Not many people can claim that.
Oh. I think Genesis goes like all the way down to like 50 odd.
Couldn't even make it to 69, huh?
That week.
Chapter where they all just have a giant orgy full of incest and nobody cares about with whom.
No, we already had that.
And they multiply.
Yeah, I think it's Exodus after Genesis.
I mean, it says on the left you have the whatever it's called. Yeah, I'm gonna go find someone to raid. What's after Genesis and Exodus? Multiplying of sons and daughters. Clearly. What else? What did you think? Okay, well, how far did we make it in terms of pages? We're at 14 now. And we did 8 on the first session, which was 5 hours.
Yes.
So now we did 6 in 3 hours. So we've gotten faster.
Yeah, well, I think at first we did spend. Well, to be fair, we did spend a lot of time last time just doing the tree.
Yeah.
There's some adjustments to the tree, but like it wasn't changed.
Well, yeah,
much.
last time there was a lot of things to add to the tree, huh? That was a little ridiculous. Well, you know what? Let me find out if my outro scene works seamlessly now. Should be this button? Nope, that's my break button. Damn it, I don't have this bound. I don't have the camera turned on. Amazing. Well, it'll work for next time. Any closing thoughts?
The Bible is more fucked up than I thought, question mark.
You know what? It's more fucked up than you thought? Lot.
Or to be fair, he was the victim.
He was. It is fucked up that he was fucked up and he got fucked up. I mean, all I have to say is this is a lot more interesting than I thought it would be, but for all the wrong reasons. The Bible is definitely an interesting read that I would now recommend to a lot more people than I would have before. Before I would have just said, nah, who the fuck cares? The Bible is stupid. But now, honestly, I would rather recommend the Bible to atheists than to people who believe. It's just, if you have the right sense of humor, it's a great book. Really, it's. There's just no words to describe it, really.
Just go post the BibleFlix2.pdf and
yeah, for those of you that aren't, !Discord or scroll down below and find the links. Join the Discord. Teras will provide us with updates to the family tree as it grows and multiplies. And also various other things are on the Discord and why wouldn't you want to join. We are gonna be raiding this person that none of you know, but actually you know this person, possibly. You just don't know that you know them.
Wow, nice. That's the most nondescript thing you've ever said.
Both on purpose. No, that's the guy that was formerly known as Childastic on Twitch. He's left for Dead 2 world record holder for the category that I run. Yeah, so next stream Monday, more Monkey Island, and then we're gonna try to make this a regular thing on Friday evenings, same time. But if something comes up, we might push it back to the weekend or just drop it. But yeah, I'm in for finishing this.
Oh yeah, entertainment value for the.
It's just there's just It's such a productive activity. It's so good. And we get a great product as well. Two great products, actually. It's incredibly productive. Alright, well, I'm gonna start the raid because I'm done going out. Thanks for your insights and explanations. I hope you enjoyed the Bible as much as we did. And I'll see you next time.